interpret teachers' beliefs really quickly. So they know if their teacher believes in them. They know really quickly. It's even high school age or even down to primary school and younger. They know that if the teacher doesn't believe in them, they have the sense and that understanding, and they're likely to just give up and switch off. Whereas if you've got a teacher that comes alongside you and really believes in you, cheers you on, doesn't it make an amazing difference? It's incredible. So these beliefs and values that we have the ability to positively affect our young people, or it has the ability to privilege some over others and also have a negative impact. And this is why your belief system is so critical to get inside there and examine some of these stereotypes that you've got deep within you. Sometimes you don't even know they're held. Examine some of these biases or thoughts that don't serve well in a classroom. And so it's this work that's so critically important. Let me give you a little example from my teaching. I used to be a primary school teacher. As I mentioned, I used to teach tongue-tied. Years later, I went to overseas, spent some time in England, and when I was teaching there, part of my other passion is music, and I was a music specialist as well, the classroom teacher, so I always had responsibility for music in the school. And I was teaching in a school in England that had a hearing impaired unit as part of the school. So a lot of the children that we taught were profoundly deaf and learned to lip read and sign. And I remember this one particular year, I had a year 3 class and I had 2 twins. They were called May and Faye. True story. And I remember one afternoon your mum came to see me with May in one hand and Faye in the other hand looking at me. And she said to me, I really want May and Faye to learn to play the violin. Now, at this moment, you've got to imagine it's like a freeze-frame moment right now. I have frozen. I've got this kind of half-professional smile trying to, present like inside my mind there's 1,000 things going on, 1,000 thoughts going on in the back of my head. So the first thing that popped up, which was like a hidden belief that I didn't even know that I held there, the first thing that popped up in my mind was, there's no way that 2 profoundly deaf children will be able to learn to play the violin, because if anyone knows anything about playing the violin, you have to listen for the sound that you make. It's not like you touch a key and the sound is made. You have to listen really carefully to the sound that's made, and you need always a really good what's called ear to listen to the sound. There's a way that they can learn to play the violin. So that was my first belief that popped up. The second thing that I thought in the back of my mind was like, an orchestra. We've got an orchestra and we've got a couple of students and they're playing off key and all that kind of stuff. And then the third thought I had that popped up when, hang on, I've read some research somewhere once that you can teach children to play the violin through vibration, through hearing vibration. And I went, oh my gosh, Beethoven was deaf, and profoundly deaf, and he wrote all these symphonies. I thought it's possible. So I kind of had this internal monologue going on, and then kind of in this moment, out of my mouth came, sure, I can teach them to play the violin. So, I went away, did a bit of thinking and reading and looking around how that could be possible, and they learned to play the violin, and I can honestly say that they taught me so much. They played the violin so well, and it really challenged my initial belief that it was not possible. So, we're always challenged as teachers, and our beliefs are so important to get down in there and examine as well. But imagine if I had said, no, that's not possible. Imagine what it would have done to their belief about themselves. They've gone through possibly life remembering that once a teacher, when I was 8, had said that I can never do anything to do with music because I'm profoundly. Imagine if, and possibly you here have had experiences like that where a teacher told you once. Anyone in that camp? Yeah. And you still feel it, right? And so those beliefs that we hold have a huge impact on the young people that we teach. All right, I'm going to give you a quiz, just because it's a Wednesday afternoon and you've been here since what time? 8:30?